Well, welcome back. As you can see here, we have been very busy. Just very, very busy. Placing a bunch of these quartzite brick blocks to kind of create an area around the edge here that we can then start working on some terraforming. I'm using FreeCam here to kind of look around at it. And I've also gone through and lit up as best as I could find the area that is within our explosion with these lava blue steel lamps, which was a non-trivial task to do. I think I've got most of the areas. There might be a couple here and there, but I'm going to call this good enough for what we've done right here, because that was painfully slow to do. But that is what we have been working on in between previous episodes. And then also I have been very, very busy making bricks, specifically conglomerate bricks and quartzite bricks. And I have filled these chests up more or less with a bunch of these bricks for a building, but that is going to be a later time. That was plenty of time right there. But what I next need to do is actually gather up all of the dirt that we have on the server so I can start working on filling in a dirt layer around here, kind of make this place look a lot better than this random quartzite brick floor that is just a hidden floor to hide what has happened beneath us. And yes, I know there's a river here, and that's okay. I'm actually going to be cutting this river off with my terraforming. I decided I didn't kind of like this little section here, and it dead ends to the south anyways, so I'm going to cut it off right there and then have this river come across, and then through those mountains I'm going to open it up to connect to the main river over here, because these two rivers are actually not connected. But this river, when I follow it through the cave, comes to about here in this lake. This large river never touches that river. It's a separate one going under the mountain, and it goes somewhere north, I don't know. But more importantly, it also goes to the south, where I also want to connect to be able to go to the south of our continent, because this river will take us all the way to the South Ocean. So I want to connect these guys up here. I think that will make travel a lot easier. I've also thought about connecting up these two to the south here, but we'll see if I get around to that. But yeah, I'm going to cut this guy and fill in this river here, and I'm probably going to do the same to this north, or this section that's in the south area here, just because it's kind of going to where I don't want it to go, and I don't want to deal with a bunch of hidden places underneath here. I don't want to try and fill this whole thing in, because that would be just way too much work for what it's worth. So yeah, we're going to be doing some terraforming in that regards. But since we've done the hard part of all of this, I think it's time to work on something completely different. And that is probably going to be our aqueduct again. I want to actually finish up this aqueduct here and send it north-south so that it connects into the rest of our aqueduct, so that everything is connected. And I think that's what I want to do next. I've kind of got it scouted out that it's going to come right about here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. No, I guess it's a little bit farther over. And I'm going to put a little like tower here, just to kind of make it look nicer than just a 90-degree turn of these aqueducts. And I still got to figure out, I'll probably do another tower down there. But yeah, I think the next thing we're going to do is actually place in this aqueduct and connecting them. Well, at least do the aqueduct first, then I might come back in and do the towers for connection. But let's see if we can get that aqueduct finished up here. we've got our aqueduct going north and south now, and it looks like our crops are actually ready to harvest as well. So I have to go through and gather all of these up. So I have some good food to work with. Got to put them into some vessels to store them. I think I have some around. But overall, I'm really happy with how this aqueduct kind of came together. That being said, when I built it, I thought I had my spacing right for this road, and looking back, I think I may have placed this whole thing in a different spot than I wanted. So that's a little embarrassing. I kind of got into building mode and really wasn't thinking about that at the time, but I guess I'll have to move this road over here, which means I'll be taking out this little bit of farmland for it. I think that'll work. I think we'll be okay. Sorry, I need some food. I'm getting hungry. Good old green beans. Oh yeah. Num num num. Feels good. But yeah, overall, I think this aqueduct really fits the area quite well and looks way better than just our little one tall line things going across. This just looks way more interesting. But now I need to connect them to the other aqueducts, and I actually have an idea for a tower that I want to build on this north connection here. I haven't really figured out if I want to build some sort of little tower on the south side too, since it's like a smaller area to work with. But I know I want to build one over here where I've got a lot of room to work with on this hillside. So I think that's what I'm going to do next, is go ahead and build a tower down here. I think it'll look really cool when it's done. And then hopefully I'll have flowing hot spring water into my aqueducts. That would be cool. Yeah. Well, I am very excited with how this aqueduct has turned out. And up on this hill here, I've created what I am calling my bathhouse tower. And if you give me a second to get inside, I think it'll kind of make sense on why I am calling it that. But overall, I think the aqueduct systems in the area is looking really, really cool. I'm very excited with how it's turned out. I'd love to hear people's feedback on what they think about everything here. How did I not build a way into this? Did I honestly forget to put a door in? That sounds like something I would do, but I feel like I put a door in here. We going back and forth so many times. Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead and put one right here. Oh. But if you can see, I've actually got like the hot water springs flowing down from the aqueducts to the north here. And I've created a winding staircase throughout it so you can kind of work your way around the aqueduct and see the springs as they fall. I thought it was a cool way to add some verticality to the build. Of course, these slabs I placed in the wrong spot, but that'll work. And you can see here we've got our aqueducts from our source water down there, and in fact we have another one that's coming right across the top here. It's going through the wall to come out to give that little bit of extra height here. And then up at the top of the tower, I've got some of our brass plated blocks to kind of create these little like bell icon things. I don't know, it just seemed kind of cool. It was simple and easy. And then the view from the area is just fantastic. I love this view as the sun is setting. Oh, that is just perfect. But let me know what you guys think of the build as a whole. I've gone through and added some lanterns throughout the aqueducts to keep them lit up at night, so hopefully it's a little bit easier to see when going through it. And then over at that end, I've created just a little tower-like thing to connect the aqueducts together. I'll have probably that one at some point keep continuing to the... what direction is that? East. What? My map's not on. Uh-oh. My mini-map turned off somehow. Anyways, I'll probably continue this one at some point to the east, but that's a future problem. I'm not too worried about that right now. Thought I had a bed up here. Did I take that bed down? Oh no. Awkward. Anyways, we'll just... no, I put it all the way at the bottom. That's what I did. I was using that bed on and off while building the tower, so I kept moving it. And here we go. We'll sleep the night away real quick. Look at us go. Beautiful. Okay. So it should be pointed out that this is actually going to be the last Terrafirmacraft episode for a little while. And I'm not ending the series. I want to make that very clear. The series is not ending. But the next episode or the next project I want to work on is going to be the building that I'm going to put in the large area that we dug out. And obviously that area is just a huge area and it's going to be a massive structure. And to do it right, I want to do it all in one video. But that means it's going to be a little while until we get to the next episode. So it's going to be a little bit to the next episode. And secondly, this week we are actually going to be starting up ZetaCraft Season 5, which is going to be doing the Terrafirma Greg mod pack, which is Terrafirmacraft, Create, and Greg Tech all in one. You're definitely going to want to check that series out. And I'm going to be spending a lot of time early game in that one as well. So while I'm collecting all the resources for this build and building this building, I will be also playing on the Terraformer Greg ZetaCraft Season 5 server. So that's something very exciting to look forward to. And I will have videos on that. So it's not like there's not going to be videos on the channel. It's just going to be a minute till the next video for this series. But I promise it's going to be worth it when you see what I've got planned for this area. I've been working on this for a while, and I think it's going to be really cool when it's done, but it's going to be a little bit. So I do hope that everyone is okay with that and can give me a little patience to get all the materials I need. But yeah, I promise it'll be worth it in the end. But while we are over here, we can check out this other little tower, and this is kind of just like a connecting lighthouse-like structure. I've got another spiral staircase in this one as well. Nothing too crazy. I probably under-designed this one and over-designed that one, but it's fine. I thought it was kind of a unique perspective to see the areas, and I liked having these little high points at the corners to view the area as a whole. As you can see, we still got Santa's sleigh over there, but that'll be fine. But with that, let me know what you guys think of the Aqueducts, and I do hope everyone is okay with the pause it's going to be in the series, but when it's done, I guarantee it's going to be amazing. So until then, thank you for hanging around, and we'll see you soon.